So, um, end of market review for the 31st of March 2023. So, this is a Friday, right? Today is a Friday. This is the last day of the week. So, we've made it to the end of the week, and I'm so proud, right? Um, I'm so proud and I'm so grateful. I'm not saying I'm proud like in the negative sense, but like I'm really proud of like myself for I've stuck to this for over a week now. I think this would be the eighth episode of this series. So I'm very proud. I'm really grateful that I've been able to do this. It might seem very small, but to me, it's actually something to be proud of because I've basically stuck to my plan for over a week plus, right? And a lot of the things that I've been talking about, even from the beginning, right, where I was having losses, right? I was taking those losses and I was saying like it's all about a series of trade, right? After a series of trade, then we would have an outcome. After a series of trade, then we can start to determine the outcome. We can start to like, you know, we can take two trades and say this strategy is bad. We can take three trades and say we are unprofitable, right? It's over a series of trades. And those are the things I was saying when I was even in loss, when I was in drawdown, right? So I'm really proud that I've actually stuck to this, which is showing like, despite the fact that my emotions were like coming up, and if, despite the fact that I was feeling the urge to like change something in the strategy, although like I was, and the funny thing is like I was still learning ICT, or I'm still learning ICT, right? So it's like every day I'm learning something new. So I'm taking in information, but I'm not I'm not having information overload, right? I'm listening to everything he's saying. I'm learning the strategy that I'm learning the concepts that he's teaching, but I'm not in a haste to try to rush into the market and just start using it, right? And that's one thing. Like I always break down during the end of market reviews. Like I'll talk about something I've seen in price action and say, "Oh, ICT talked about this," but I'm not just going to change my strategy and start chasing that. Right? I have something that I've back tested. I've taken 20 trades on the back testing. Right? Now I want to take 20 trades in the live market on a demo account, and then after that, I have my plans. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I want to see what happens with that, and then I can take the next step, right? Then I can take the next step, and that's something I'm really, really like grateful for. So this is just today. I just took the eighth trade, so I still have like 12 more trades to go, and that could take me over a month. So like I have like one thing I really like about this is it's really making me develop patience, right? Patience is something I struggled with in the beginning of my trading career. Not in the initial beginning, not in the initial beginning. In the initial beginning of my trading career, I was very patient, right? I was following risk management to the T. But along the way, I'm just going to say I let pressure get to me, right? And I wanted to get it fast. I took up what a lot of people had as their goals and their ambition. I took up that as well, right? And I started having goals and ambitions that weren't necessarily my own, right? Just because of the kind of environment that I put myself in, right? I put myself in certain kind of environments, and I wasn't smart enough at that time to realize that this was going to be detrimental to my growth. So being able to be in this position now, taking myself out of those environments and being able to think for myself, right? I really believe that over a long period of time, I've been capable of this amount of discipline, right? I know that I've been capable of, or I'm capable of this amount of discipline, but I have just been putting myself in bad situations and bad environments, right? But right now, I've really taken bold steps to like pull myself out of those environments, out of those conditions, so that I can really be myself, think for myself, right? And obviously, I'm not trying to say again. I keep reiterating like this strategy is not make 10% a month. Like even if I do 2% a month, 3% a month, 4% a month, 1%, like I'm good. I don't want to even stress it, right? Like for me, that's good enough because like to a lot of people it might be like 1%, 2%. That's what can you do with that? But if you can really get to the point where you can scale up your capital to $100,000, for instance, take $100,000 for instance, you make 1% on that, that's $1,000, right? You make 2% on that, that's $2,000, or $200,000. Like these are amounts that, to be honest, you can really live off. Let's say a $200,000 account, right? You can get funded $200,000 easy. Not easy. Let me not say easy, but like there are a lot of people out there with funded accounts of like $100,000, $200,000. It's not going to be easy, but like if people are doing it, then it's possible. But another thing I've realized, like a lot of these people that are doing this, right? A lot of people that are even getting funded this amount, they don't even have the amount of self control to be like, okay, 1% or 2% is enough for me. Some of them actually want to live a rock star life. Some of them are even newer to trading than myself. I've been in this industry for 4 years, right? So, irrespective of the fact that some people might be ahead of me right now, I know that some of them are still new and they might still fall victims to some of the things that I fell victim to, right? So, I'm not even trying to stress it, but with this strategy, even if I'm able to make 2% a month consistently, that's consistent profit, right? I'm really, really, the markets have really humbled me and I'm really ready like to like take it easy. I'm not saying that there are not strategies that can make you 10% a month, right? But I'm just saying like let's build it little by little. Let's take things step by step. After all, what I'm after is longevity, right? Being able to trade for a long number of years. So I'm not even in a hurry to get to that point where I'm making 10% a month right now. Like that can come later on, and I have no problem with that. But I'm good taking the 2%, taking the 1%, taking the 3%. Right. I told you guys I did a withdrawal on the demo account of 4K. That was like after 2 or 3 weeks of trading. And I wasn't even trading my plan like strictly. I was just testing out things. I was just playing around the strategy. I was taking multiple trades in a day, doing all of that until I got made a plan and I said, okay, let me stick to this plan, right? So currently I'm up 4R and 4R risking half a percent is 2%, right? And we're just 8 trades in, right? Again, it's not something that we should start going crazy about. Like I have to actually watch myself and try not to become too confident, right? It's still the same. It's still the same. Like it's just the probabilities playing out. Is the outcomes are random, right? The outcomes are random. But like this is the first time I'm having like 2 wins in a row, right? You guys or whoever is watching, let me not say you guys because it's making it sound like I have a lot of followers. But like anyone that's watching this or anybody that has been watching any episodes of this, like you've seen me go from 2 losses in a row or even 3 losses in a row, I think so. And now I'm having like 2 wins in a row. And this just goes to show like the outcomes are random because like you can have the same way you can have 2 to 3 losses in a row. It's the same way I can have like 2 to 3 losses in a row. It's the same way I can have like 2 to 3 wins in a row. Right? So that's something that stands out. That's something that I should try to like I'm trying to make people understand or whoever is watching, I'm just really trying to make you understand that like starting out in Forex, you shouldn't really be going for those big gains. Like you should just look for how to survive. Like one thing I know for certain with this strategy is even if I have like a red month or a losing month, or it's not even I'm not even timing my trades on like month by month basis, right? After every 20 trades. If it takes me 2 months to take 20 trades, That's what's going to be. If it takes me 3 months to take 20 trades, that's fine. I'm framing it on a 20 trade basis, right? So on a series of trades, because after 20 trades, that's when I'm expecting an outcome. I'm not expecting an outcome after 1 or 2 trades, right? So we've taken 8 trades currently. I've taken 8 trades. How many trades are left? 12. How long is it going to take me to take the remaining 12 trades? It might take me the whole of April to finish taking the remaining 12 trades. That's just the truth of the matter. It might take me the whole of April to finish taking those 12 trades. But one thing is for sure, after taking those 20 trades, then I have the outcome. And this is really like thinking in a process based manner, right? The action itself, that's the goal. My goal is not to make 10% a month. My goal is not to be the biggest or richest. My goal is to follow the plan. As long as I follow the plan, I've achieved something. If the plan doesn't work, then we change the plan, right? Because no matter the strategy I move to, if I lack the ability to follow a trading plan, I will never be successful. And the same goes for a lot of people. And I know this firsthand because I've experienced this firsthand. I traded a lot of strategies in the past, but I never stuck to a plan and I never succeeded. So this is the mentality I'm really trying to change. Yes, you get results. You get results, but like you can get carried away because you don't have a plan. Yes, I had results. I made money. I made money trading strategies, profitable strategies that I still know how to trade to this day. Like sometimes I look at the chart and I still see entries with that strategy. Not even sometimes, all the time. I'm seeing strategies. I'm seeing big moves with those strategies. Anybody that knows me from before now knows those trades, knows I used to call trades. A lot of people know these things, but you can get carried away because you can then go with greed, and when greed fucks you up, you switch over to fear, right? So I've experienced those emotions in the market, and I know how detrimental and destructive they can be, right? And this is me changing and saying, okay, let me do better. Let me do better because I can do better, right? But a lot of people don't understand this. You can't actually be a gambler in this market, especially if you want to go as far as you can dream of, right? So that aside, let me take price, let me take price back and then just go over the trade. Again, for anybody that has been watching this, you would know my strategy by now. You know my entry model by now. So let me drop down to the 5 minutes. Again, I don't really want to break down what happened with price, right? But let me do a bit of talking. If you're the Telegram group, obviously you saw the image I sent. Like I said, something I've been learning from ICT as well. When price breaks out of a consolidation, right? Especially in this market, right? This market was bullish. So seeing price pull to the downside, this was London session. We had turtle soup, right? Turtle soup is a liquidity grab pattern that ICT teaches, and he talks about it happening like in the London Q zone. So like from London Open is 9 a.m. right? So you can see from 9 a.m. had this push up and then push down. So this was like from London Open, and you can see how price rallied up, right? So price broke out of this consolidation, buy stops above here, sell stops below here. Price took the sell stops, turtle soup pattern, then price went for the buy stops. We had news released by 1:30. That's why this market was so volatile here, right? Grabbed what? Sell side liquidity, right? So these are buy stops. During news release, I think some people have studied some strategies where they'll be like, place your buy stops in this direction when price breaks, even this high. Yes, buy stops above this high, right? Price breaks it, boom. What's below here? Sell stops. Anybody that enters above here, where would their stop loss be? Here. Price runs their buy stops, runs buy stops above here, comes down, runs, takes their stop loss, right? So all of those things, this is just what ICT frames his teaching on, right? Buy stops, sell stops, order blocks, liquidity grabs, liquidity voids, all of those things, right? So again, just go to his channel if you want to really study that, because I'm not doing any mentorship on that. I'm also just trying to learn because I'm enjoying the learning process. As for my trade, I had to I had to be really patient today because as you can see, my entry came in at 315, right? So I was watching all of this price action, watching all of this. My entry was usually like by from like 2:30. From 2:30, I start looking for my entries, and you can see I had to wait like 45 minutes. And when you're on the 1 minute chart, right? When you're sitting on the 1 minute chart, like 45 minutes looks like it feels like you've been sitting there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, right? When you're waiting for price, like for 45 minutes, that seems like forever on the 1 minute chart because you have to wait for 45 candlesticks. So I sat there for 45 minutes, right, waiting for this entry. Initially, we got the entry, right? So you can see what the entry is framed upon. You can see the fair value gap here. You can see the low of this candle. You can see the high of this candle, right? So this space between, that's the fair value gap. Obviously, my entry is at the low of this candle. And funny enough, this is the first buy trade I'm having, right? Since I started doing this forward testing, this is the first buy trade I'm having. From my back testing, I took 12 sell trades and 8 buy trades, right? Of the 8 buy trades I took, I lost 7 and I won 1. Of the 12 of the 12 sell trades I took, I won 10 and I lost 2, right? Did I get that right? Yeah, I think I got that right. So I took more sell trades, right? So this strategy shows me that from the back testing, it tells me that like um this strategy, it seems like I take more sell trades than buy trades. But that was all good. This was the first buy trade, and I got triggered in by 315, you know, and then obviously whenever I get into these trades, I just like to like set my stop loss, set my take profit, and just stay away from the charts. Not really stay away. I can sit and look, but like today I was actually heading out. So I just waited for my entry. As soon as I got my entry, I closed my laptop, put it in my bag, headed out. When I got to where I was going, I was able to monitor my trades on my phone. But like by the time I had opened my phone and I saw that okay, TP was hit, took a screenshot of that, sent it to the Telegram. So if anybody is on the Telegram and they're watching this video, now you know why I sent a screenshot from my phone on Telegram. But that was by the way. Again, it's so baffling to me how simple my strategy is. I didn't even see all of these things happen live. Did you just see what happened? Did you see how price moved down? Price came so close to stopping me out, so and I wasn't even. You see, it's so crazy. It's like, why is my stop below this candle? Why is my stop below this candle? Right? So you can see even the stop placement is systematic. This is the same way I place my stops every single. Irrespective of how simple this strategy is, I really, really do like it because it's just very, very simple. I feel like I can teach someone this strategy and they can start trading this strategy immediately. Like right, like there's highs here, highs here. I didn't try to aim for these highs. I didn't get greedy. Why did I get greedy? I just follow the rules, and it's just so simple. Like following the rules of the strategy just makes me feel like a robot. It just makes me feel like do this, don't do this, don't do this, and it's so simple to follow. Like if from the first day I started trading, if this was how I was thinking, like it would have made my life so much more easier. It would have made trading so much more easier. Like I'm not trying to be right. I'm not trying to be wrong. Like I'm just executing the system. I'm just executing the system one trade at a time, one trade, and it feels like work. Now it actually feels like work, and it feels boring because I know that on Monday I just have to repeat the same thing. On Tuesday I just have to repeat the same thing until I get 20 trades, and that's so boring. And I feel like I'm really beginning to trade. Like this is what trading feels like. So that was my trade for today. Second win in a row. And now I have 4 wins and 4 losses in total. So that's currently 50% strike rate. And let's see what happens next week.